Hello everybody. Oh man, this is so horrible. Anyway, what do you think? My GS cap. I had to wear it because they said it's compulsory now to wear a face mask, a muzzle. So today I'm going to do some nature work. Gonna show you some stuff around. I really like it here. So let's see where we're going today. I hope the battery holds out, and I'll see you when I get there. I see you So there we go. We're going to Elswout. I hope you can hear me because there's a little bit of wind here. But we're going to Elswout, and on the way here I actually read in the bus that another famous Dutchman has been robbed, or there was an attempt to rob a sky dweller. Although I saw that he got robbed, or they tried to rob him, but they failed. And I was like, let's see if this guy's got a Rolex. So I googled his name, Fred van Leer, and a Rolex. And guess what? He showed off his sky dweller the 9th of September. 2.5 months later, somebody tries to rob the guy. Seriously, people. Yes, very big coincidence. 500,000 robbery at Amsterdam Vintage Watches. Dutch football commentators robbed 3 times in a year. The father of... And I can go on and on and on. And yes, they were all watches. And yes, they were all Rolex. Rolex! Rolex! Roblex! So anyway, won't make too much time for that today, because today I'm going to Elswout, one of the nicer places in Holland. I got a reminder of someone that I went with 3 years ago to this place after I was here with my nature course. And I thought, you know what, I'll have another look around. So I took the train and then I took the bus. So I had to suffocate myself more or less for about an hour and a half. Well, I just put the cap just underneath my... Yeah, so those are cyclists. They're quite common in Holland. You ever hear paaltjes, 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 then you know that they're coming. So anyway, this is so someone who I was here with 3 years ago went here recently, sent me a picture, and it was so nice that I thought, you know what, I have to go there again. So I'm just having a look, and let's see what we find today. Looking forward to it. So here we go. I hope I got enough battery, because the battery wouldn't really charge. So now I have to find out if it's going to work for my walk here, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. Let's have a look around here. Look at that. Really beautiful, old style. It's more people than I thought would be. But then again, it's a very nice day. It's probably one of the last nice days of the year. So that just attracts a lot of people, and it's Wednesday afternoon. So that works well as well. So in the 17th and 18th century, so that's 1600 and 1700 something, this part of town, and I'll show you on a map sometime where, this was a very popular place for the uber rich to make like a, you know, a place where they could relax, some Camp David kind of a thing. The only thing is it's near to the dunes, so everything would be washed away with sand, and by planting all these trees they were able to prevent everything from being blown away. Well, there you see, this is all man-made. Look, this is just a normal Dutch countryside. Some houses, a little church in the distance there. Typically Dutch. Probably see some carp here. I'll keep an eye out, show you some. Because the water is absolutely beautiful. Look how clean that is. That is amazing. So anyway, if you turn around, you can see the second house that was built here. Look, a heron. Anyway, this house is the second house built here, and it was built in 1882 if I'm correct, and before it was finished the guy who had it built died. So he never got to live there, and to make sure it looked a little bit like inhabited, they painted on the curtains on the windows. I'm not sure if I can show you that from here. Yeah, it doesn't show in the picture. Anyway, you'll have to believe me. And then it was used like last century for several different Dutch nature organizations and some other stuff. But it's ridiculously expensive, and so it was never being inhabited by the original guy who built it, some very rich guy that I don't have to talk the name of because you'll never know who he is anyway. So there's some deer there. Very nice. So let's continue our walk. Now here we can see these kinds of lanes are pretty common. If you see here, that should have been some orangery, some botanical garden stuff. We might get there later, but first I'm going to do the round. So an interesting little detail, I went here off the path, so we're more or less in the forest, but I decided to take the round path for now. And what I see in the distance there, that's very interesting. That's the Sint-Bavo Cathedral. There you go. That's one of the most famous cathedrals in Holland. It's in Haarlem, where I used to live. Just a little cultural thing, though. Look at the big mushrooms. Look. Look. All the way up the bark.
Ik zie hem niet.
So check out here this little house. I took my stuff off, I'm sorry. But that's just a nice little wood-made house. There's a lot of birds here as well. Of course I brought my binoculars with me. Let's see if we can zoom in on some birds. It's a bit hard. Look, there's one. It's a tit. Oh. Yeah, it's not gonna be sharp, but anyway, I brought my Zeiss HD Conquest with me, which is a great pair of binoculars. So I'll be very happy to spot a lot of birds here today. Of course, when you get here in summer, there's more birds. The great thing about here in winter is that you'll actually get to see a lot of mushrooms, a lot of fungi. So I'll have something to eat tonight. Actually, no, because you're not allowed to bring home all this stuff. You're only allowed to look at it. And certain mushrooms, if you pick them and you take them home, we got the steak mushrooms and the what's this called? The curly hair mushroom, something like that. If you take those home, you get a big find. So let's zoom into some nice parts over here. Look at that. Beautiful Dutch landscape. This is all made, it was all made in the 17th century. And then in the 18th century, they did a little bit more. And then in the 19th century, they decided, you know what? Because all the English garden styles are so popular nowadays, we're going to change it into English garden style. Now, you'll find this a little bit later on. You'll see all the little streams and stuff, which is very much the English style of the time. Not really sure if you can call it Tudor style. I'll have to look that up. By the way, wristwatch check, Mudmaster. I would have worn the Rangeman to show you the whole track, but since the Rangeman is such a crap watch that I even destroyed it in Madrid last year, about exactly a year ago, I'll have the normal Mudmaster with me so I can see what the weather is going to do. So right, let's continue. So we got some mushrooms here on this tree. You can see them. Look at those. Those are big chunks. Look, this is my hand, and these are the mushrooms. They're pretty big, and they go all the way up the tree. Look at that. Fantastic. There's one on the other side. There's a lot of birds here, woodpeckers and so on, but it's a bit hard to show them to you all, so I hope that I'll be able to show a few. I spotted a few with the binoculars, of course, but that's a lot easier than with the digital zoom on this one, or the optical. It's got 8 times optical zoom and 90 times digital zoom. By the way, I took off my sweater, and I'm having my t-shirt just with my jacket over because it's very, very warm today. If I'd known this, I would have taken a nicer shirt with me because I was sweating already. So you can see this is I think this is a beautiful part of Dutch nature. It's man-made, but it's so old that it's got all the same trees, which happens in a old wood. I'll explain that in another video. These old little bridges here, really nice. And this is just like peace itself, man. This is just, I love this kind of stuff. Just walk around and just having a very peaceful walk, show you some stuff around the place, and in the meantime I'm just going to walk with my binoculars, have a lot of fun, spot everything. Well, let's see what's over there. Over the bridge. Right, guys. Woodpecker. So nice. Now this is a nice bark they put on these. When it breaks and it falls down, they just leave, I think about 30% of the stuff that falls down they leave, because it's the perfect hiding place for all kinds of animals, insects and everything. So the biggest mistake a lot of nature stuff do is when something rolls over like this one, to take everything away. And look, you can actually see holes where the animals make their nests. So this is absolutely fantastic. If this happens once in a while, it's only good for nature. So look closely, we'll get a tree crawler. Come on, show yourself. There he is. It's hard to keep this leveled. But that's another bird we'll see today. Cool. Let me show you some other nature. Dutch women. These are one of my favorite things, these beautiful see-throughs. Small stream. I love that. Look, there's a bridge over there. Somebody walking their dogs. So let me just give a round shot here. So we're walking this way. Let's check this out. Now, since I'm not really sure if I'm going to get there a little bit closer, I'm going to show it to you now, so I'll have to go off the path a little bit. But that sand dune over there, which I'm going to show you now, where these people are walking, it's called Kraantje Lek, which means leaking tap, and that's been a touristic part of this province, North Holland, for I don't know how long, maybe centuries. I know my parents talked about it that they were little, so that's in the 40s and the 50s. They came here with the family. So just a little bit of history there. Right, let's continue on the path. Find my way back. So, and a funny short story, next to that dune is this restaurant. Now, maybe I can show you the name if it just focuses on it. If it knows what to focus on. No, it doesn't seem to know what to focus on. Well, anyway, last time I lost a bet, it's quite a long time ago, and I lost it to a friend of mine, and she probably write down underneath, babe, what was the bet again, because I know she watches my videos. But I lost the bet. It's a few years ago, and I took her out to dinner here, and I think she decided to take this restaurant, if I'm correct, and the price was just like, but it was really delicious. Just a nice little story. Love you, babe. So I'm having a little break here in another little cabin. Maybe in the background you can actually hear it. I was about to film the nicest part of the whole tour, and then two idiots with leaf blowers showed up, and the only thing they do is and they keep doing this. And I don't get it, right? Because I know they have to do it, but these idiots, they do it, it's like 1:30. There's all kinds of people walking here for their peace, having some fun, having some enjoyment of nature. And that's the moment they decide, let's take the leaf blowers out and piss everybody off. So I'm waiting them to freak off, and then I'll finish the rest. Incredible. Some people, really, I mean, they know so much about nature, but they know so little about social conduct. Very interesting. Look at the little ducky. He's having fun. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to be in the shot, though. Oh, dear. Now, just simply look at this. Useless and brainless. Look at these guys. Let's blow some leaves, guys. Let's ruin everybody's day. Oh my God. Okay, so I waited about half an hour. These guys are probably going to be here doing the same thing for the next hour. So I'll put some music underneath here. Some nice music so I can show you the beauty. Fucking hell. Oop, oop, I almost broke my leg here. Look at that. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So the guys with the leaf blowers, they quit. Maybe they had a sudden epiphany. Oh, maybe we should just leave nature alone. Now this bluish water is part of the soil, so it's not anything toxic, it's just part of the soil. Wow, the peace and quiet that comes back when these guys stop. Fantastic. So I'll just walk back a little bit. And you can see here, these are some kind of stone, which means this used to be some other bridge, probably 200 years ago or longer. Welcome to Middle Earth. Oh wait, they're having a break because it's so heavy work. Blowing leaves, it's the most heaviest work in the world. Look at that. I want to chop it up because it's the only silence we'll get at the moment. So look, there's a little house. I think we'll have a little break here before we move on. Have a little seat. There we go. Nice. It's hollow, it doesn't smell like piss, and it's clean. Good. Wouldn't make such a mess, man. It's a long way away. Look. Chibi! Look at all the CNN viewers. Well, here we are at the house. There you go. It looks like it's inhabited in one way, so I'm not sure what they're doing there. Check the stairs. It'll be a great hotel. There we go. And that's the place we're going back to. Really nice. I didn't see many birds of prey today. I did see a few, but before you catch them, they're gone. So what else is this? Oh look, there's the orangery. So let me tell you people, if you ever have some stress or you just want to get out or there's something bothering you or whatever, go and have a walk in nature, man. It is so underestimated. You can go to a psychiatrist 2 times a week for an hour and a half, but I bet if you go 4 times a week, an hour and a half into nature, it will do you more good. It will do you far more good, because this is where we belong. Long ago, but it's true. This is where we're from. When you walk in nature, you see that nothing is as square as all the houses we live in and the brick roads that we walk on. This is more or less handmade as well, but it's all round. It's all wiggly. Nothing is straight lined. It all just is, and it all just grows. The only thing we do here is make sure it stays a little bit neat as far as we can. But again, if you ever want to have some peace and just relax, you don't have to go to a foreign country. You can just walk in nature. Ah, nice. Front view is nice. I could live there. Yeah, I think so. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this little video. Might do a few other ones in the future. It's just a lot of fun for me to do so, and I love walking in nature, especially when it's really nicely made or when it's really nicely weather. As today. Look at the weather, man. It's been absolutely fantastic. Okay guys, cheers. Chatty bye.